hear Jiti Ogunye's view next. He's a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning.
It's my pleasure inviting me this morning.
Well, that media chat, lots of people getting different slices of what they think of it at the moment, but let's get your impression first and foremost. He spoke a lot about the legal aspect of it, as a matter of fact, how the fight against corruption, the several cases they're having in court, and what's your impression of how it turned out on the night?
I think that the president said many good things and right things, and that's quite commendable and salutary. But also the president said many good things in the wrong way. So for me, it's a mixed bag.
Let's go to the judiciary. The party talked about the bill, and I see several papers, the way they captured it, no bill for Dasuki, Kanu says Buhari, and that part wherein people are released on bail and how he responded to it. Were you satisfied with it?
No, let's put things in perspective. We can't be talking about what the president said about the judiciary without linking it to the issue of corruption, which indeed...
In the judiciary or generally?
Generally. Because the intervention of the judiciary, which called for the commentary of the president, was because the judiciary is called upon to try corruption cases chiefly. And indeed, the first salvo yesterday night, the first question asked by your own Kaude Akintemi was on the issue of corruption, on how the president has fared. I think that we need to get serious about the issue of corruption. And I'll link it to the judiciary in a moment. Right now, to some people, in spite of the destruction corruption has left in its wake in this country, you just think that we're having a circus show. Look, in Ghana, something very terrible happened. In one fell swoop, 3 military head of states, Fred Akufu, General Afrifa, and General Ike Achimpong were killed just because of corruption. And 4 generals were also killed in that process. 3 Supreme Court justices of Ghana were also killed. Not that they were removed from office, killed. The world didn't stop moving forward. So when we're talking about corruption, it's not circus show. In terms of cities, no, I will link it to corruption. In terms of cities, how much money did those people steal, allegedly, that led to their being killed? And Jerry Rawlings is still there. So, we need to get serious about the issue of corruption. Because people are destroying lives.
What specifically?
And so for me...
What should we be doing that we haven't done?
We need to firm up our holding people to account. It's not strong enough. And for me, the president rightly has received a lot of criticism or this administration, in order not to personalize it, for arrest after bail and things of that sort. But when I watched the president agonizing yesterday about that, I just felt that what needed to be done was for us to evolve a judicial policy on trial of corruption cases. I'm a lawyer and I'm familiar with the rule of law. But I also know that severity of an offense, gravity of its charge, is a ground for a judge to refuse to grant bail. So when it comes to succession, in cases where the heart of people sink when they hear the amount involved, our judges just casually, I think it's normal. And they say that it's within our domain, it's discretionary. What has happened to the exercise of discretion judiciously? You need to have a country. So I understand all those.
In the quest, to having a country, do you go out of line, and now we're talking about within the confines of the law. Don't forget that. Don't forget.
Of course, you have to do that within the rule of law. But
good.
That's why, when I speak advisedly, speak slowly. Said the president said many good things, and he said many good things in the wrong way. Yesterday night, the president was asked, what has happened to people who were granted bail and then they were arrested and all that. The president just simply said, do you know how many charges how many offenses those people committed? So if you tried, you said somebody was tried 3 times or had been arraigned 3 times, presuming that there were grounds for arraigning him 3 times. Do you know whether there are other offenses 10 times, 20 times, 30 times? Sometimes people just say, oh, you have 120, can't charge. This is outlandish. You should have charged 5. I said, do these people really know what they're talking about? Look.
Even the judges, I think the CJN spoke about it.
No.
In terms of how
you need to put yourself in
cases.
You need to put yourself in the shoes of those who are drafting charges or prosecutors.
Yeah, but
let me just explain.
They don't have to
let me just
charges.
No, you are wrong. You are dead wrong.
No, I'm quoting what the CJN said.
The CJN could have said something out of context. The CJN is not the prosecutor. I'm saying that, look, if within a 2-year period, somebody keeps going, look, if you look at the security report in the Abacha years, again, by an NSA, Guazo, every month, every 3 weeks, there will be a letter originated by Abacha to the central bank, release $100 million, release $50 million, and so on and so forth. If you keep doing that for a 2-year period, for example, or for a 1-year period, for example, in bringing a charge, so that a charge will not be accused of being duplicitous, of being vague, of being nebulous. And that's why when you see counts, they are dated about so time. So you can't lump everything together and say that you've done this.
So are the judges wrong in granting bail?
You can bring as many charges as you ought to bring.
All right.
Even without even exhausting the offenses.
Assuming that were the case without conceding, are the judges wrong to grant bail in the circumstances?
That's what I've said. That if I were a judge, I won't grant bail.
No, but are they
No, I'm telling you, if I were a judge, I won't grant bail. Yeah, I'm saying this clearly here.
But since they have granted it, and the processes that you go to,
and they were granted, they were granted bail and they were released from prison, meaning that that bail that has been granted had been fulfilled. And they were arrested. That's a different...
Right in the premises of, maybe as you step out of jail, they pick you up, then that bill, to that extent,
somebody was granted bail.
With.
Somebody was granted bail and he was released from prison. So do you know whether he's going to face another charge tomorrow? I'm saying that we shouldn't jump to conclusion.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
We're talking about what we've seen and what is being said.
What has been said?
If the judges have said, look, you can't hold somebody for 2-3 months without even intention to charge him, so he should be granted bail, and then he's not granted bail. As the lawyers have spoken, are they wrong to
No, who is that person?
The iPod leader. The iPod
so we are lumping things together.
No, we're not lumping.
We are.
Several bail instances for several cases.
No, we are lumping things together. There's been a bail that was granted to Mr. Kano. If that's all we call upon to discuss, we can discuss that. The bail was granted to Colin Sabo Dasuki. If that's what we've been called upon to discuss, well, you can't generalize. I'm telling you that Sabo Dasuki, first time he came to court, and the court granted him bail on his own self-recognizance. I'm telling you.
I thought the court said that he should be
allowed to
travel for
that's the first time. What? Do you see people who are facing criminal trial in England who are saying that, oh, grant me bail because I want to travel to Nigeria? We need to get serious.
And then let them reform the laws. If they are going with the laws,
and that's why I'm saying that
laws.
We need to evolve a judicial policy on the trial of anti-corruption cases.
But since that has not been done, shouldn't we obey the ones that we have?
It's been obeyed.
Do you think it is?
You know,